Hey, 42 here. The USA is obligated by treaty to go to war for 67 different countries if they were to find themselves in conflict. Welcome to RIF. The very first assassination attempt on a US president was stopped when the then president, Andrew Jackson, beat his assailant brutally with a cane before being stopped by a nearby congressman. Mongooses were introduced to Hawaii to control the invasive rat population. However, rats are nocturnal and mongooses are diurnal. Hawaii now has a problem with both. Spain cheated in the 2000 Summer Paralympics. 10 of the 12 players on their roster were quote-unquote encouraged to pretend to be stupid and actually had no mental disability. A man named Adam Armstrong changed his name to Adam West by deed poll to match his misprinted airline ticket, as it was cheaper than paying the airline's admin fee. A child that was Bart's age when The Simpsons first premiered would now be the same age as Homer. Higher intelligence is linked to higher rates of mental illness such as schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, meaning the mad scientist stereotype has some ground in reality. Surgical masks in Japan are not only used to prevent sickness, but are used for fashion, warmth, and sometimes avoiding conversation with strangers. Englishman Frank Bickerton fought in both world wars, was drafted into 2 Antarctic exhibitions, developed a golf course, was the hero of a novel, killed bears, wrote major motion pictures, treasure hunted in Costa Rica, and married an earl's granddaughter. There's a strange phenomenon in the film industry called twin movies, where eerily similar movies get released around the same time, and not on purpose. For example, The Prestige and The Illusionist, Ants and A Bug's Life, Olympus Has Fallen and White House Down, Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached. Doorknobs made out of brass automatically disinfect themselves in about 8 hours through the oligodynamic effect. The gaping holes that buildings in Hong Kong usually have are called dragon windows or dragon holes. They are put into buildings so they don't block a dragon's passage from the hills to the sea. Underneath the striped fur of a tiger is striped skin, which helps it preserve the camouflage effect. Mark Spitz, 9-time Olympic champion, jokingly told the Russian swim team coach in 1972 that his mustache increased his speed in the water, deflecting water away from his mouth. The next year, every Russian swimmer was sporting one. In 1982, Universal Studios sued Nintendo over alleged similarities between King Kong and Donkey Kong. Not only did Universal lose, but the court found a King Kong game licensed by Universal that was actually in violation of Nintendo's copyrights. Franklin D. Roosevelt once accidentally walked in on a naked Winston Churchill. When Roosevelt apologised, Churchill replied, "The Prime Minister of Great Britain has nothing to hide from the President of the United States." Thanks for the view, subscribe for more, 42.